Yo, 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 what's up? Shout out to the real ones. We're doing a live. Um, got a little opportunity to do a live. Um, let's see what's going on around the town. We got Monday Night Football, but it's a blowout. The Raiders, right? The Raiders are playing, getting destroyed. But unless you're living under a rock, you got Jakey Paul. He announced a big fight. This is Benavidez fight week. So you got a lot going on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, man. You know what time it is. Like I said, man, a lot happens. It's been dead. It's been slow, and then a lot happens, man. That's the crazy thing about boxing, right? A lot of things go down. Frank Bay, he be in and out of traffic. Starting beefs, killing beefs. Getting roasted, whatever. Whatnot, whatever what have you. You know, but that's the boxing game, right? This is a combat sport. It's full contact. Bomb squad salute Eric Gomez, a real one. Thank you. I'm going at a time when you got a lot of choices. You could be listening to anybody, but if you listen to me, it's because we keep it real. I keep it real. You hear a lot of that, but there's a lot of compromised people. That's all I'm saying. That's my belief. But a big boxing day, exactly. Salute, salute, salute. Okay, we're getting, they're coming in. They want to hear some boxing talk. Like I said, man, you guys can go anywhere, and you fuck with me. I've been cooking. Yeah, I've been around these YouTube streets, and we're gonna do things a little different. I'm gonna start letting my hands go. I'm pretty polite. I think I'm a polite person. I speak with different people on these platforms, other content creators, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to talk boxing with you guys. I'm here to give you a good show, and there's a reason why you fuck with me. So, today I wanted to kind of go around the boxing world, on my Twitter account. I've seen some disturbing things, man. I know you guys are the same. Jake Paul was announced. We'll get into Benavidez, Haney, Bam Rodriguez. If you've seen the thumbnail, saludos. Thank you. Que chingue. You've seen the news today. So Jakey Paul is fighting Anthony Joshua. I was on BDA, salute BDA. We were debating, is it a real fight? We'll get into that, but you know what I like to do, man? I like to go around the internet. I told you guys the internet is forever. It is. I take my losses and I take my wins. I can deal with it all. I think I stand on what I speak on, and I know what I speak on, and if I don't know something, I'll go find out. But the internet is forever. This is where we're all at. We all get the same information. Nobody's really putting out anything new or mind bending or blowing. You got your politics, you got your boxing, you got your NFL, you got your baseball, basketball. But if you're a fan of boxing, you really only tend to watch boxing. you know so I like to pull up the feeds because this is what we're all consuming. Who can put out the most eye-catching headline, the best thumbnail. You visit a channel, and are they speaking like this, and are they telling you what you need to hear, what you want to hear, or are they just really chill? They don't really have an opinion. They hold massive panels. I like panels. I like boxing panels. But what I've no boxing, no life. Exactly. If you follow boxing and you listen to look, if you listen to a boxing channel, especially something like mine, then you really don't fuck with any other sport like that. Like I said, the Raiders game is on in the background, and it's a snoozer. So I was like, you know what? It's a lot going on. I was on BDA earlier. Go like, subscribe to him, listen to the show. We were on there cooking, talking about the past fights, what's upcoming, the new news breaking. So that's one thing about boxing is it's 24/7, 365. There's no other sport that is 20. That was what I was thinking earlier. There's no other sport that is 24/7, 365. You know what I'm saying? Like boxing is the only sport that is every day. BDA no G. Yeah, yeah, he keeps it alive. For the, I don't want to say side, but for the non I don't know how I put it, man. He lets everybody speak. Not every channel, not every platform lets you have a voice. There's, I would say, a good 70% of channels and voices that will block you. I recently had a debate with a big channel, and they blocked the chat. It's really weak. They blocked the chat. They blocked anybody who would come up and exactly free smoke. You gotta respect free smoke. The only downside is that one thing I want to distinguish, is the trolls. You need trolls, but at the same time, you want to hear good information. You want to hear somebody put together some sentences, some words, right? So I don't want to be in a panel where it's a bunch of trolls. I like to talk about different subjects, but that's not really my forte. You know what I mean? I can have other conversations, but I don't really fuck with a lot of troll shit. Sometimes we need it, but sometimes it gets, you just want to hear a good conversation with not a lot of yelling and screaming and just going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody is allowed to speak. BDA holds open lines so everybody can go on. You really don't see that in a lot of places, most places. I'll say most places. What you'll see is the same people talking about the same things and agreeing with whoever they feel they need to agree with. You know what I like? I like to disagree. I like to debate. That's why BDA is the boxing debate arena. It's to debate. I realize that. I'm okay with saying what I say, and if people don't like it, they don't like it. They can challenge me, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with not being liked. I'm okay with someone calling me names. Because once you start name calling, you lose. And I used to fall into the trap. Just this the other, last week I said I called a guy idiot. I probably shouldn't have. I take it. That was my mistake. I just felt they weren't being genuine. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, with the boxing talk, but I want to make it entertaining for you guys. I want to sub J Rocks, long lost J Rocks. Salute. I want to make it entertaining. It's got to be entertaining. It's got to be fun. We gotta make it entertainment. You gotta have some emotion, but you can't be emotional to the point that you get upset or angry or things like that. All I hear all day. I'm dying on the Virgil Hill. It's not even. I'm not even a Virgil Ortiz fan. I just feel like, and I'm gonna show you what we're talking about. See, I use proof, evidence, logic, facts. I try to in an entertaining way, But before I keep rambling, let's hear Ryan Garcia had to say. Fair use. Can we? Oh shit, we can't hear that. Oh, hold on.
The worst fight that
you guys hear that?
Taken. Out of all the fights he probably.
Okay, here's Ryan.
If he could win 1 or 2 rounds, to me that's.
Yeah. What's the point of agreeing a second with the host? You should be able to have a healthy back and forth. Exactly. You don't. To me, you don't have an opinion if you don't allow others to have an opinion. Pretty much, Crystal. Okay. Now I have to speak through it, and on top of it, because it's fair use. I like to do these reactions. Ryan Garcia, he's looking a little. What's the correct term? He just woke up. Come on, Ryan. I mean, sheesh. I don't even want to say it. Let's hear what Ryan had to say. The mutt. Okay, salute.
A W. You know what I mean? So this fight is probably the worst fight that Jake Paul could have taken. Out of all the fights he probably had a choice, myself, who else did they say? I forgot. The other guy, you know what I mean? That's worse. This is a big dude, heavyweight.
Ryan was supposed to fight AJ, but I guess Oscar came in and said that he didn't, that the zone wouldn't allow it. Yet the zone is letting Anthony Joshua fight. So Ryan is saying it was a dangerous fight. I don't like the fight. I guess what I seen on Twitter also is they said that Ryan Garcia is confirmed to fight Mario Barrios. What do you guys think about that? Is that a good fight? Oh, salute boxing science. If it's the real boxing science, hit the like, guys. I really need you guys to hit the like and subscribe and share. You know, that's the other thing is I intend to grow. We will get it up there, the numbers, and I know you guys want to grow. You know, Barrios easy work for Ryan. You think so? What Ryan shows up? He lost to Rolly Romero. Yes, smash the likes for the homie. Let's see.
Like, how you go from 135 to 225? Like it's gonna be difficult, but
That's a good point. Jake Paul is going from Stanky Davis, who I guess pulled out of the fight because he was beating women. Now there's two sides. The Stankonia fans, they said that Jake Paul pulled out of the fight because he couldn't make weight and was afraid, right? But now he fights AJ, so gonna be a massacre. Ryan and 3. So what do you guys think? Who's at fault for the Stank Davis falling through fiasco, as they say?
Why do you think he takes it, Ryan?
he's just addicted to doing huge fights. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he has so many options. He's always looking for the guy that
Why has Ryan got the shades? Ryan usually, he's a pretty boy. He tries to come across as really polished. And now it's like he's in his hippie phase. Is he dating a skonka? You know what I'm saying? Is he, he likes the sugar booger? Booger sugar? How do you say it? Sugar booger or booger sugar? Ryan, I don't know, man. I mean, does he even look like he's interested in fighting? Look at it. It's like he's hungover. I mean, this is our hero, right? Ryan Garcia
can make the most noise. All his picks that he's fought in the pros has been guys that have some name, whether they're UFC fighters, NBA players. You want Gervonta Davis. He's small, so I know I could beat him. He's probably thinking Anthony Joshua. He gets, maybe his chin is suspect. Maybe he's not even thinking about me. So
you think he's a wasted talent? I mean, if he beats Barrios, he'll be a champion. He still, yes, we've seen him fail, but he still could. I think he didn't take the Rolly fight serious. I think he did it just to piss off Oscar. That's my conspiracy here is, feeling. The athlete, I don't think the AJ fight happens. I think it does. They were already going to prove Stankonia. I said that before, but let's see.
I'm going to come in and somehow hit him with my right hand because he believes that his right hand is as strong as Wilder, the way he talks. Like, my right hand is like this. So I think he's seen Dubai. I can't say his name.
Dubois.
Yeah.
That's what he's thinking.
Drop his with the right hand. Oh, I could do that. Like, that's my.
Is that what Jake Paul's thinking? He thinks AJ's chinny. That's what I heard him say. Is that a fair assessment? Look, I've never really been a fan of AJ. Tell you the truth, I'm sorry. Hopefully he can turn it around and make a good run. Yeah, I mean, if he beats Barrios, he's right back in it. He has a belt. And in boxing, they criticize Virgil Ortiz for not having a belt. So, that's what it amounts to. So
shot, you know what I mean?
What about respect, though? I think Jake Paul's at a point where he wants respect. Because I do think he's better than what people think he is. Right? Now the stage is set.
Who is this guy? This guy was a former basketball player, right? Shady McCoy. What does he know about basketball? I don't know. Is he a DEI hire? I don't know, man. I really can't take him serious. So what is he saying about
if he goes out there and battles with Anthony Joshua, we got to give Jake Paul 100%. Way more respect than we do now.
You know what?
Are we really supposed to give Jake Paul respect? If he goes out and gets smoked, I think he gets no respect. That was the plan all along, right? You guys are funny. He's an idiot. Who? Shady McCoy? Yeah, I can't take him serious.
The victory, just taking the fight. If he actually steps into the ring with Anthony Joshua, that's a victory.
That's big.
Okay, see, they're trying to legitimize it. This is what we were talking about earlier with Mr. BDA, is that that the media right now is trying really hard to tell you that it's not fake. It's absolutely 100% real. It's almost like they're forcing it down your throat. Pause, right? Forcing it down your throat that this is an actual real fight. There's nothing shady about it. It's 100% legit, right? 100% legit. What do you guys think? Is it legit? Is there cause for concern? Chris Algieri, he says why Anthony Joshua might see this as nothing new and how he's handled a shit show before. Let's see.
Joshua is already rich. This guy has made tons of money in his career, and he's had very big paydays.
That's true. Anthony Joshua's rich. He's a two-time champion or some shit like that. Okay.
Especially in the last couple of years, but really his whole career, it's been very lucrative.
That's true. It's been very lucrative. You know anything about Tank's new women beating accusations? I don't know. Apparently, it happened. I don't know if it happened a while ago. It happened at a strip club. There was no criminal charges filed. I guess it's a civil suit, but for whatever reason, Stankonia cannot keep his hands off of women. Not sure if it's legit until learning the new terms. Well, what I've seen is Anthony Joshua is capped at 245. He has a weight clause on him, a rehydration clause, 245. Well, I guess a weight clause, rehydration, is all the above, right? To make it fair. And they're getting paid a lot of money. So Chris Algieri, another respected person in the industry, what does he say?
He's made people around him rich. You know, that's the kind of athlete that he is. So he doesn't need to do this. But like I said, I'm going to keep going back to the Ngannou. He's already done this before. He's already done.
So that's true. Anthony Joshua has already had these circus fights. DM is probably Phoenix area. What's that? I don't know. A definite cash grab if remotely competitive. It's weird as. Yeah. WWF, I agree. How ironic. Tank told Jake if he was a woman beater, more women would come out. Weeks later, women come out. Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, they, look, man, they want to, Stankonia is messing with some skanks, and they're playing them. They want to get money off of them. So yeah, a lot of them are gonna come out. But, I mean, how much is true? There's some truth to it, but how much, we have to wait until the evidence comes out and the cases proceed, and then we'll learn more. But as it stands, Devon Williams hit the like. One of my fans from before, Free Stankonia. Yeah, free Tank, man. You know what I mean? Like, give a brother a pass. You know what I'm saying? He'll be back fighting.
"Quote unquote" sideshow fight to grab a bag and go out there and knock somebody out and move on and go back with his career. So this in reality, this actually happening, or him agreeing for this fight, isn't that foreign, because
I think it is, because Ngannou at least was like his size and had fought before. You know what I mean? That was an ugly ass knockout what AJ did to Ngannou, but Jake Paul is a novice, man. He's not a good fighter. This is insane. This is crazy. So these guys are legitimizing it. This tells you all you know to know about the media. Chitlin distributor, thank you. Stankonia is getting touched. He has money though, so but hey, man, you know what? Some people, they like the pinta. You know what I mean? They're not afraid to go to the pinta. You know what I'm saying? They're okay with it. They're not afraid to be with other men. AJ will destroy Jake Paul if it's real. But they're telling us it's real.
But it's still wild to even think that this is actually going to happen. But if you're Joshua, you're like, yeah, I'm coming off an injury. I had my elbow operated.
Okay, so see, he says it's wild if it happens. That's what I'm saying. It's not wild. It's insane. You've been to the pinta. Well, you know what? It's a badge of honor, right? You come out the pinta, you're a better man. You really think Joshua would actually sell out? I hope not. I've never been a fan of his. Look, he's a UK guy. Anthony, Andy Ruiz slept him. He does. We just seen him get knocked out. So he has chin issues. Now, I'm not saying Jakey Paulina, fake Paul can beat him, but shit, man. Imagine if it happens. Just imagine. Tank tired, women maybe will love some time and love in the pin. Hey, there's people not afraid to go to the pinta, and there's a reason. You were in the PC too. Dang. The beef never ends. Is that real? Nah, I don't think so. But let's continue.
On a few months ago, I've been rehabbing, and I have a way to make a lot of money.
Okay, so AJ he was injured. That's why he's been out so long. But I think maybe his ego and chin was hurt more. That was a devastating knockout he took to the boy, which he was probably supposed to win. That was the big setback. And the rumoring Tyson Fury. So AJ has a lot of money on the table, but it's crazy to think that Jake Paul is his opponent. I never would have imagined, man. I thought it was fake news.
for a little bit of work and not a dangerous fight in terms of being physically dangerous, but it's dangerous in terms of his career if it doesn't go well. But
no shit, it's dangerous for his career. That's an understatement. AJ's chinny, but if he's serious, he should wreck Paul. Yeah, that's what we're all saying. It's me. Look at my good looks. Got doxed and owned up to it. Well, you know, should never dox anybody, but hey, you know, things happen, people learn, and we move on. Let's everybody move on, you know. But hey, if you got beef, then you handle it, right? You know me. People, you respect what you respect. You know what I mean? Like we want to be respected. What's the saying from American Me? Oh, I want to be loved, but respect, that's even better, right? Is that the saying, or did I know I got it wrong? Frank, saludos, and Paula, saludos, everybody. Thank you. Hit the like. Don't be a hater.
It's still wild that this is happening.
Yeah, it's wild as fuck. Cuck Lonzo, the return, amazing. Saludos, a YT Frank, I'm not a legend yet. You know, the A side, Southpaw TV. What does he say?
It look like a rookie police officer that be doing too.
Okay, South Crack.
Haircut. Who the hell is cutting this man's head? Devin Haney, you look like a rookie cop, bro.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie, South Crack is kind of funny. He really is. I mean, I posted that. Somebody said he sounds slow. I'm like, yeah, he's like a slow kid that you gave, like, you paid to eat gum off. Didn't we all do that? There was like the one kid that was off and you gave him $1 to eat gum off the from under the table. There's always that one kid in every class that if you give him 50 cents, $1, he'll do anything. So Devin Haney, haircut looking like a rookie cop.
Devin look like a rookie police officer that be doing too much. Alot Akbar. Devin look like some type of mad.
And look at what a clown, Bill Haney. You know, what a ugly mother.
Too much. Alot Akbar.
What a clown. These guys are clowns. South Crack. That fool be rocking a Jerry curl. That's crazy. He talks the most shit. I hope Norman ends the Haney era.
Devin look like some type of mad scientist. Devin look like a professional lawsuit filer. Alot Akbar.
A professional lawsuit filer? This dude is hilarious, bro. He's funny. But what else is he clowning?
Devin Haney look like top flight security of the world. Devin Haney look like a career baby daddy on child support. Devin Haney, fire your barber, bro. Haircut bogus as hell.
His haircut is bogus as hell.
Alot Akbar. Looking like a human Black Bart Simpson. This how you know Devin Haney.
He called him a human Black Bart Simpson. I ain't gonna lie, he kind of do look like a Black Bart Simpson. He said a Black Bart Simpson. I'm gonna have to use that. Somebody find me a picture of a Black Bart Simpson. Oh wow, let's hear that again. I'm gonna have to clip that. Damn.
Simpson, this how you know Devin Haney gonna lose. Looking like a human Black Bart Simpson. This how you know Devin Haney gonna lose the fight because of his haircut. Fucking pussy.
He looked like, what'd he say? A Black Bart Simpson. Damn, he just got roasted. Ryan Garcia fancies a fight with Conor Benn, 147 after Ben called him out. Look, man, what do we always talk about here at Frank Bay? Who dominates? Is anybody calling out Norman or Haney or Jaron Ennis? No, they want Virgil Ortiz. They want Ryan Garcia. Now, I know Ryan has let the homies down, but he's still a homie. You know what I mean? I know, you know, it's like your friends will let you down. You know, that's something in life you will have to accept. And sometimes we let our friends down, right? But these guys all want to fight Ryan. Conor Benn, man. What do you guys think of Conor Benn? Was it good? Was it do you think he was impressive? Look, man, I'm not impressed by Conor Benn. Never have, never will. I think he's a contender, pretender. I would still rather watch Ryan than any backfoot fighter. Yeah. You know, I mean, I showed a clip earlier. Ryan was looking really sus. You know, had a hangover, what not. and things like that. But the man is still boxing, man. He still sold 1 million pay-per-views, with Stankonia. He still kicked Devin Haney's ass. So look, the reality is a fight between him and Connor, big dough, man. But I guess we can he's already set to fight Mario Barrios, right? The Sheik buying Warner Brothers. This was fucked up. Do you guys remember Brian Norman? I don't think I could show the fights. I think I can fair use. And then he stepped over him, right? You guys were telling me that Santillan was gonna beat him, weren't you guys? Oh my gosh! Oh, that was nasty work. Come on, that was nasty. Frank on the BDA Discord server, put that Haney pick next to it. Some cold shit though is when he stepped over Santillan. That one even right there. Oh, what'd he do? He did that. Damn, that was brutal though. That was nothing nice, man. And we had hope for Santillan. You know what I mean? But and they were saying, oh, now Norman's a executioner. He beat a Mexican fighter. It's like, bro, that's like Santillan. He was like our minor league, bro. Let's just keep it 1,000. He was the minor leagues. Jake Paul has opened up as a heavy underdog in early betting odds. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts? Minus 1,400. Well, obviously, right? Jake Paul 750, bro. Now more than ever, usual suspects, right? Santillan, yeah, but you know how they he's a executioner. Anytime, like if Lamont Roach beats Pitbull, he's an executioner. It's like, bro, Pitbull is he's up there, but he's not one of the best. You know what I mean? And like, in Santillan was like the minor leagues. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, he was a tough guy, but he was never like higher on our roster. He wasn't our starting five. Like, you know what I'm saying? We claimed him, but we didn't, if that makes sense. So Jake Paul 750. It'll be interesting to see where the odds go with this, right? It'll be will heavy money come in on Jake Paul? Can you win a lot of money on Jake Paul? That'd be crazy. Crazy thing. But 750. This doesn't seem like a lot. It should be like, dude. It should be. I think Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson was 99-1. This should be like, you shouldn't be able to bet on it that Jake Paul is this big of an underdog. I don't know, man. You don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen with that. Benavidez, let's see what he can do. Benavidez is talking a lot of shit today, calling Canelo a pussy. He was really talking. Let's see what.
Your opponent, Anthony Yard, was quoted recently saying that he's going to, quote, put you to sleep this upcoming Saturday. Do you care to respond to that?
Yeah, well, let's see what he could do. Everybody says they could do this.
They're saying Dave is looking sucked up. What do you guys think? I think he looks okay. You could see the water out of his face, but I don't see anything too crazy. I think he looks okay.
They could do that, but once again, the ring with me is a whole different story. I have one of the best IQs in boxing. We could say that Anthony Yard had great performances against Artur Beterbiev and
Anthony Yard doesn't really have a chance. I don't think he should put up an okay fight, but I don't think he has a legitimate shot. What do you guys think? Is Anthony Yard going to give David a tough fight? You guys are crazy out here, bro. Anthony Joshua. Oh wait. What does it say? Anthony Joshua vows to break the internet when he faces Jake Paul on the 19th. Jake or anyone can get this work, no mercy. I'm about to break the internet over Jake Paul's face. Well, it could go the other way. If Jake Paul lands a lucky punch. I mean, even look, man, I said Jake Paul wins if he goes The best jabs in boxing according to Ring, Bam, Virgil, and David. I agree. But they don't want to say that on the black channels. Yeah, we're gonna go there. We're gonna look at him. Yard is famous for getting stopped. Yes, against Benavidez. It was a good fight, but Yard has a lot of weaknesses. But David will get credit. He'll get credit for Virgil has the best jab. I agree. He won't make it past 6. Well, bet on it. Bet on it, homie. Go make some cash. That's what we're here for. At the end of the day, we should never fight in love with the boxers. Don't ever put your eggs in one basket. And I feel like I'm going really hard for Virgil, and he better not let me down. I just feel it's unfair, the slander that they do to this man. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Ari Hawani, I think the fair debate discussion to have around Jake Paul Joshua was about safety. It's not hyperbole to say people die in boxing. Does this fight put Jake Paul at an excessive risk of damage? Hell yeah. That fool could get murked up in there. Mexican, we cooking these booth fans. That's why they got scared and unite fast and block. Absolutely. And I don't come in talking crazy. I don't talk shit. I just debate. It's a debate, What is Hawani saying?
That is that's Francis freaking Ngannou.
Yes.
Who weighs around the same size. Like, what is Jake gonna weigh? At best, 220. At best, that's not his real walking around weight. Here they have him listed as 200. They have.
Well, look, they're getting paid a lot of money to do this, so I'm not gonna cry about it. Look, if Jake Paul's saying he's making $250 million, I mean, who are we to cry and complain about it? You know what I'm saying? They're crashing out because Brig Laser told them the truth. We the A side. Yeah, man. It's funny to see these guys, man, cry. I mean, when you talk to them, they literally sound like they're crying. Marcos Villegas, Fight Hype. Go check him out. He says AJ can't weigh more than 245. What's his walk around weight? That's true. So they're saying he can't walk around something a certain amount. Mike Coppinger officially announced now broke lose 8. Yeah, so that's the official fight poster. Pretty cool poster. It's like I think Vice City. Is that like the because it's in Miami? Yeah. D Block. So here the Morse code, that's what it was. So Oscar put out something, the Morse code. If you've seen it, Golden Boy put out Morse code, and that we have a fight. So that's what it was. Breaking Barrios and Ryan Garcia. So do we like it? I mean, look, man, if Ryan can't beat Barrios, then it's over. That's just the end and short of it. If he can't beat Mario Barrios, then I think it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't beat that dude, then who can you beat? But if he beats Mario Barrios, then he's back. He's back to making millions. Yes or no? So there it is. What else do we got? The political stuff on Twitter. Teofimo versus Shakur. Teofimo, let's see.
Takes a little longer. That's just what it is. It takes a little longer.
To put a mega fight together like that, it's a mega fight. Yeah, it's not going to happen like right away. Yeah,
we're talking about over 8-figure fights for each fighter, so it is this take.
Okay, so Fandora would wreck Booty Anus. Yeah, we know that. Fandora is a sleeper underdog. Mario, the manager of the decade. Facts. I mean, Pacquiao, Ryan Garcia, dude, and that's just from having a belt. So here we have Teofimo pretty much saying that he's getting 8 figures for Shakira. They're both getting it. An interesting point was made. They were crying about Virgil Ortiz asking for 10 million versus Boots Ennis. And, Turkey Al-Sheikh is going to give these guys in a more boring fight 10 M's. So it kind of makes the Duran Ennis Ortiz negotiations argument they were trashing his manager for asking for so much kind of null and void, because it's like, look, if these small guys that are probably gonna pitter patter all night and run, are getting 10 M's, then a fight as big and people want as Ortiz and Ennis, then you can't cry they're asking for that much money. And I think it makes sense. Could this be a few rounds? What else we got? Fulton versus Shane Mosley. What? Kagai. Oh, that guy got his ass kicked. Kagai, what do you guys think? Fabio Wardley became a champion. What else happened? But yeah. So damn, a lot of news today. And then there's still fights this weekend, right? Where do I want to go? Let's see at the top. David Benavidez, is this where he calls Canelo a pussy?
That's the best. I feel like the Anthony Yarde I'm gonna fight is gonna be the best Anthony Yarde anybody's ever seen, because I feel like his back's against the wall.
Do you guys like these face-off? I'm kind of over the face-off. They just, there's nothing really original. What they should do is like have them like I don't know. They should just do something different. It just kind of gets. They all say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Amado Vargas is fighting in a some misfit fight. Hit me up if you want to bet on influencers he's fighting. I'm taking all bets, and I'm not even a fan of this guy. So is he betting on the Vargas? I'm not promoting anything. I'm covering news of the year. Most of these troll accounts belong to Papi Manteca. I don't even know who that guy is. I've literally never talked to him. They thought they were going to be able to do a smear campaign with Virgil. Yeah. But, these guys, they say ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous things. They just have no integrity. They don't know anything about boxing. They don't know anything about boxing. Tell me one thing they know. Oh, here is this what Benavidez saying in the.
You see, the guy has done so much with the sport of boxing, but the body doesn't want to go no more. So David would send him to the hospital. To be honest with you, he has to be careful who he fights in. I think they just did the rematch again with Terence Crawford. I still like that fight.
So, okay, David. Look, you're still clout chasing though, right? Like if you're the only way to promote your fight is to talk about Canelo, then that's weak. You still need Canelo. You still want him, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be talking about him. Bam Rodriguez is an offensive machine. That's who said that earlier? Was it Mexican boxing? Somebody said Bam is a beast. Yeah, Bam Rodriguez, an offensive machine. He's the most effective puncher in the sport, leading all categories. Jab connect 27%, power connect 50%, total connect 39%. How does Puma defend? How does he defend? He defends with his face. That's how he's gonna defend. Bam should be the most impressive fight of the night, because we know Martinez, he comes to swing. The guy just comes out swinging. He's pretty much a brawler. You talk about Mexican boxing, but he exemplifies rock'em sock'em. So Bam should be able to piece him up, take him to school, piece him apart. Benavidez with a message for the crybaby ass fans. Damn, so he's talking shit now. For all you crybaby fans out there that say I talk too much shit just because I state the obvious, just shut the fuck up and enjoy the show and be happy. I'm trying to make the biggest fights happen. Damn, David be coming at people. You know what I mean? He don't pull no punches. Do you guys know this guy, Jake Doherty? He's a douchebag. He walks around. Bam, I seen that. Bam said he's not Mexican. Well, what is he then if he's not Mexican? If he's not Mexican, what is he? Did he say what he is? Let's see. There it is with Ryan again. Same thing. There's something I wanted to show you guys. Damn. I don't know how to use it on here. But are you guys excited for the fights? Are you guys excited for these fights? What are we looking at? Shit. I don't know how to get to my feed. There was something I want to show you. They were saying that there's a rumor going around about Robert Garcia. That's what it is. There's a Twitter some Twitter feed about Robert Garcia and Canelo's trainer Eddie Reynoso spoke, and that's what it was. That there's a rumor that Eddie Reynoso called Tim Bradley, went on this rant about there's a there, we talk about staying on code, right? Tim Bradley was saying that there's a code amongst Mexicans in the sport, right? And he said they all talk, and Eddie Reynoso called Robert Garcia and told him that Boots was kicking Canelo's ass and not to take the fight, and that's why they're ducking. I mean, this is insane, bro. This is they just make shit up. I've never seen anything like that in my life. You know what I mean? Where these guys, they and it's okay for them to make shit up. They don't even hide it. You know what I mean? Well, they pass it off as truth, right? They pass it off as fact, right? That there's a, well, what I mean is they pass off what they're saying as fact, the usual suspects. But Robert Garcia responded. He's like, dude, you guys are like, you guys are just insane with this. They literally make things up, bro. I've never seen anything like it. That they could be allowed to just post and say whatever they want, and nobody bats an eye. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Let's see if I can find it. If I can find it, I'll. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. So let's see. So here it is. It's pound for pound. Go and subscribe and just does this guy know how you feel, man? These are I said the usual suspects, right? So let's see what this pound for pound says. There is speculation that Canelo's trainer Eddie Reynoso has influenced Virgil Ortiz trainer Robert Garcia to not accept the fight with Jaron Ennis. Rumors are going around that Eddie spoke with Robert Frank the Bank. Yeah, that's what it is. Frank the Bank. Yes, sir. Rumors are going around that Eddie spoke with Robert about what happened in sparring between Boots and Canelo and has cautioned Robert about putting Virgil in the ring. Yeah. This is me. I said, I got to give it to you guys for being creative and just making things up out of nowhere. And Robert said, you need new sources. This guy said what I said. It came from a Tim Bradley rant when he said the Mexican trainers be talking, and he bet this is why it don't happen. All speculation. Yeah, that's what I said. So there it is. I said this started Tim Bradley making a fake scenario that claimed there is a Mexican code in boxing, which pretended Reynoso called Robert. Dude, these guys, they just make up anything. They literally make up anything, right? What else do I have? So, yeah, these guys, man, they just, damn, what do I, shit. I have some other stuff that I like. Damn rap, Jake Paul is official, Rule 8. It's official fight. Let's see. There's Rick Glazer says Jake Paul is now in a real fight of 8 rounds with Anthony Joshua on December 19th. Stop with the conspiracy theories. Joshua is mega wealthy, and Joshua nor Eddie Hearn would never involve. Thank you, Mars. Thank you. Salute. Hit the like. And tell people, assuming Joshua wins, he probably fights anything that is illegal, and there'll be wagering for this fight. So forget the crazy conspiracies. Assuming Joshua wins, he probably fights Tyson Fury next year and will be his biggest financial windfall ever. So AJ has a lot of reasons to give his best performance. So there it is, people. They're trying to convince you that it's a real fight, right? Mike Coppinger, he's talking about it. Blah blah blah. Let's see. Yeah, man, a lot of stuff going on. Jake Paul, the big fight this weekend. Ryan Garcia now. Damn, I had this shit on me. Bam showing off doing his thing. Damn, that was nasty. Damn. You guys see that? It's bam. You hear the thud? Is it too loud? Let me see. Damn. He fucked dude up. Benavidez is sharp out here. Is he? The Mexican monster. Uh-oh.
10 seconds.
Damn, he's looking kind of good. Yeah, I don't think AJ will. I don't think AJ. Shit. Yeah, I don't think AJ will take the 5. He has Fury, money fight, Wilder. Yeah, but shit, man, you never know, man. You never know. Anything could happen. Anything could happen in these fights. Oh, okay. Here it is.
The only person that's scared of me is Canelo, and I can say that for a fact. To be honest with you, nobody wanted to see him fight Crawford. No disrespect to Crawford, but people wanted to see him fight Bivol again. People wanted to see him fight me. You know what I mean? So
is that true? I thought Bud was the best, the pound for pound. I thought he was better than Benavidez, Frank the Torta Destroyer. Not just the destroyer, the slayer. Get it right. Yard will chin check the Cookie Monster. Maybe. Shit. They fear and scare. Mad. The Mexican boxing runs boxing. Yes. The new era. Verb. You know what time it is. But what's up with David's eyes?
If he's not going to retire, then what fights is he going to get? You know what I mean? What fights are there left for him at 168? Munguia and Billy, Pacheco. You know what I mean? Like, there's no fights for him. You know what I mean? So if he comes back, he has to fight one of us. He has to fight either.
Yeah, I mean, David has a point, but David's at 175. What do you guys want to see Canelo do? I mean, there's like Hamza Shiraz, there's Eubanks. The most sense to me is a Bud Crawford rematch. And the way Canelo fought, I think he was planning on a rematch. What else does David have to say?
Better be if Bivol or me, you know what I mean? So, but that's how I feel about that situation.
We'll see. Ingenuity. That's the difference. I don't pretend that David doesn't exist. I'm playing his clip. I don't hate him.
But that's how I feel about that situation.
The ring. You think so? Shiraz or Lester Martinez? Is that good? What does this guy say? It's two-tone. Why is he? That's what I'm saying. He's clout. To me, he's clout chasing because, like, that's all he wants to talk about, right? According to Ring Magazine, Ryan Garcia's top 5 most defensive. Is he? That's crazy. Where'd you see that? Send a link or something. Crawford said no. What? The hero? Their hero?
Basically, what I'm told is Netflix came in and said, "Look, Jake, we need a legitimate challenger for you now. Here are 3 names: Ryan Garcia, Terrence Crawford, Anthony Joshua. Ryan Garcia unavailable as he tries to close the deal with Mario Barrios."
What the fuck he is? Yeah, I said, Ryan turned it down because he's going after Mario Barrios. Financially, it makes more sense for Ryan to go after the title and keep boxing. He has a lot of money fights if he beats Barrios. Maybe there's Manny Pacquiao. Could you imagine Ryan Garcia, Manny Pacquiao? So let's see what he says about Terrence.
Terrence Crawford, I'm told, said no. So they were left with Anthony Joshua, and Jake Paul's going to make a ton of money, of course. And this is going to be a real heavyweight.
Okay, so there you go. Brian Norman is the favorite. Do you guys think Brian Norman is the favorite versus Davina Hanke, an underdog? I think this would be the first time Davina is an underdog in his life. They call this guy the next Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? The next Mayweather. And so this is the promo from earlier. They did the Morse code, and I guess it's the Ryan Garcia Barrios. Do you guys like that fight? Is that a fight that whets your appetite? Is that something that you want to see? You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Let's see. This is where Virgil had his interview. Let's see.
Number 1, background. Man, because you guys say it seems like you'll fight anybody, but what's the 3 top guys that's on your list that you will fight? Boots, number 1.
This is the interview. If you guys seen, this is the interview. They said that he said he wants to fight. He can fight whoever he wants. A certain content creator that I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna react to what he's saying. He just highlighted one clip about Virgil, but in the same interview, which they ignored, here's Virgil.
Background number 2.
Ooh, background scary.
Mexican boxing, they're saying it's Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, Virgil, Doug Zayas. I don't think anybody with Doug Zayas. Yeah, that's the speculation. January 16th. That was, I think, originally supposed to be the Manny Pacquiao date. So imagine it, Barrios and Garcia, and then you're gonna have at the end of the month Tio and Shakira. I think the Ryan and Mario is probably a better fight. I think they'll slug it out. You know what I'm saying? I think Ryan will go in there to win. Zayas is gonna. This might be the Puerto Rican cat they said, because the scientists would never say that. Zayas is gonna be unified champ. Virgil looking like, bro, he got layups. We know that. He got layups. CDB and J-Rock still. No, that's not the real boxing scientist, because I don't think he would hype up Zayas. So yeah, you're exposing yourself. So let's say with Virgil.
That's a banger. That's a banger though.
Background.
And I would say Sebastian Fundora or Zayas tied for number 3.
So you want the okay? You want the biggest fight out there, of course.
I just want the biggest fights, man.
Yeah.
So where did he say that he could fight whoever he wants? Where do these clowns get this? This is the same interview, by the way.
What is your hit list though, man? Because you guys say it seems like you'll fight anybody, but what's the 3 top guys that's on your list that you will fight?
Boots number 1.
This is the same interview that they said that he's ducking Boots. Right? This is what they try to tell you.
That's a good fight. I thought about it too, but I wouldn't think that'd be your second.
Very good fight against Tim Tszyu. I don't really think that he's that guy.
I'm talking about Fundora. No.
We're talking about background.
Oh, background.
A lot of people. But I've been in with scary guys.
So there it is. Virgil, fake news. He never said that that he can fight whoever he wants, right? It was all fake news. It was all bullshit. They just make things up. They make things up. Alexander Usyk was vacated his WBO belt. Fabio Wardley is a champion now, so he got an email belt. What do you guys think about that? Look, man, that's what's crazy about boxing is like, so this guy, the speculation, the propaganda is heavy. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Propaganda. So Montero says, how dare Jake Paul drain Anthony Joshua down to 122.45? And he gives examples of Stanky Davis and Canelo. Right? So just going through the Twitter feed, the Twitter world, the internet. This is a cool artwork, right? The Ring 4, it looks like a cartoon, or with the cover of the event. It was pretty cool. All the titles on the line, and going under the radar is Sam Noakes and Abazaba Mason. What do you guys think? I'm gonna drop the link. I just been talking, man. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to come on and holla at your boy. I like to give you guys a chance to come on and talk. But yeah, man, it's interesting. What's going on? You see, man, there's just a lot going on. That's the crazy part about all this shit, is that it's 24/7 with boxing. It'll be slow for like weeks, a month, and then boom, all of a sudden you get all this news. You know what I'm saying? It just never ends. That's the crazy part. What'd you guys think about this guy?
His former coach.
This was like, I put my phone down. I went to get a drink, and then it was over. Like Richard Torres, was that even a fight? Was that a fight? I don't even know what happened. Someone tell me what happened. But the homie Richard Torres gets a win, with his cornrows. So he's impressive. So here it is. Abazaba, the youngest champion in men's boxing today at age 21. Is he only 21? Wow, that's crazy to think that he's only 21. But look, it's a layup. Espinoza made Kagi's face look like meat. Man, I'm cooking. I'm on these guys' necks now. Virgil performance got you guys all out. Lindolfo sucks. He didn't look too good, man. If you're hoping for Lindolfo, it's gonna be a long wait, man. That guy, he's oh, here it is. So let me see. Lindolfo got dropped, but he's in the 12. Damn. Let's see that again.
That development that we talked about for Lindolfo Delgado, it has prepared him for this moment. The razor.
Oh, damn. He got caught. You thought it was? I thought Galaz, he did a lot of holding. It was very ugly style. Look, man. I mean, it sucks that he got robbed, I guess. Oh, man. The UFC was terrible. Lindolfo fights like a Cuban. I said, man, he lacks conditioning. You can tell he has poor conditioning. I don't think he takes things seriously. There's just people like that. They don't take boxing seriously, when you think they should. But, I mean, those are the breaks, right? This is interesting, man. Have you guys seen this guy at the fights? Have you guys seen this guy? He has wearing gold bedazzles. He's always in the corner. I mean, he has clout. He has, he's always with these guys. Never so was weird streaking the UFC card and Nah, he showed them all. Lindolfo looks weird going forward. He can't fight going forward. Dude, he can't fight going or backwards, I guess. I mean, look, I thought he's good. I was high on him. We were hyping him up. But I think he just looks like, come on. Lindolfo looks like Gonzalo. Have we all seen this guy? He's at all the fights, bro. He's like, and he's always wearing like crazy shit. Ben wants to who's next for Conor? Ben. So Garcia, Crocker trilogy, or Barrios and Garcia gonna fight. Nah, he's good. Just Galaz was a monster. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. Lindolfo, though, he's number one. Somebody told me he's in line for Richard Hitchison. Galazzo, no joke, dude's left extremely hard punch. Yeah, he's awkward. He's difficult, So I agree with you. But you know what? Lindolfo's gonna get the clout because he's the pedigree Olympian. Ryan versus Ben in the UK sells out. Jose Resendiz is Crawford's mandatory. I mean, that'd be crazy. Bud would do that though. Can Resendiz be Bud? I want to see it. I want to see it, but I don't think you could sell it. So you think he can? He's a rough customer. He's not going to give up. He's going to go in there to fight. So, here's some eye candy. Name the fighter you enjoy watching the most in the boxing currently. I think that's Sky Nicholson doing her yoga pose, which I approve of. Why did you say? Because what's the point of fighting Wardley? Fabio? Yeah, what's the point? I mean, he can pretty much do what he wants to do at this point, Sky low-key hot. Low-key? Damn, I mean, who do you like? I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just saying, damn, you're a tough customer if you don't like her. Resendiz stops Crawford in 8. Don't blame. Yeah. Can you blame him? Yeah, man. Whew. Smoking. This is what I didn't like. Eubanks has always been kind of sus. I was gonna say it talking about the Eubanks fight, but there's something like fancy about him. Look at his dad. They look like these uppity dudes, man, wearing a fur coat. It's just kind of weird, like I don't know. There's just he ain't got that dog in them. That girl from the AU, yeah, Sky. She's part of Mexican. She's part Mexican. What? You're saying Sky Nicholson or somebody else? What do you guys think about Abazaba? He's gonna be on that card. Abazaba will be on the card.
Hooks landing cleanly on the chin of Herman, who finally
he's been
down and held onto the ropes,
touching a
and
lot
it's
of
a knockdown.
cans. Here he is crushing a Mexican can, I think.
Excellent job from Harvey Doc from the state of New York.
Oh!
To let those hands go.
Come on. Oh, they're
and
showing
punish
it.
Ronald Ron at the center of the ring. It's left.
They say this guy's the next all-time great. This is their next Crawford. What do you guys think? Is Abazaba the next Crawford? I mean, that's who they're really high on. I don't know. I don't know if he is. We've seen him get dropped, hurt. I'm not sure if he can carry the mantle for him, but he should win. He should win and get a belt. I dropped the link, man. Hit the like. Here is Bruce Shushu Carrington, Starvin Marvin. He says, since y'all love your champs or top contenders so much, defend this. I guess he's upset that Top Rank is not giving them fights, which should I say, well, you ain't done nothing. When I watched you fight on Netflix, it was a snoozer. It was boring, right? And then when you had an opportunity, they stepped you up against some guy named Sagawa, some African guy. I thought you lost, or maybe not lost. Crawford struggles with high volume guys. Benavidez and Beltran give Crawford problems with high volume combinations. Well, somebody's got to beat that guy. It just depends who he faces, if he'll step up to the challenge. But we don't even know what that guy's ever going to do. He doesn't want to fight. Snooze Carrington lost to that's what I'm saying. He's sitting there crying. These guys are crybabies, bro. I say this all the time, man. These guys are fucking crybabies. They just cry, and the Americans, man, they give them all the ring low IQs. Said love his panel yesterday. Yeah, they're all like snoozy bougies, right? Like, oh man, I love you. Like, I mean, it's corny, bro. It's fucking corny, but whatever. Let's see. This is the recap. Some people are saying that punch didn't land. What do you think about that? It's a sausage fest. I mean, look, man, I like to talk and chat, but I don't be like, oh man, I love you, bro. bro, oh my God. You made me laugh. Like, that's what I tell chicks. Oh, you make me laugh. When I crack a joke, she says, you make me laugh. I would never be like, bro, Mexican boxing, you made me laugh, bro. Like, nah, that's funny. Haha, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, nobody ever challenges Dear Leader. It has very Dear Leader like qualities to it. You know what I'm saying? It's very sus. Very sus, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, people like what they like. They go where they want to go. I mean, look, man, I'm not trying to be a hater. I just know what happened. I'm going to play it for you guys. I got to break it down, but it just was whack, bro. Oh, this is Tracy Cortez. I think she lost, didn't she? What do you guys think? Is she clout chasing? Bada bing, bada boom. Tracy Cortez, I think she got her ass whipped too. Guys, this is a thirst trap. God, what? Like, what is she doing? She lost, and then she lost. She got packed up. Bro, they talk about thirst traps, but like, I mean, what are you supposed to comment to this? Like, what dude is gonna be like, hey girl, yeah, I like how you throw a backhand or something like that. Like, dude, it's just weird. All right, tell me what you think about Shojiz. Look at this dude. Look at this guy. What an intimidator. Is he intimidating? Ooh. What the fuck is that? Did you see this? Oh my goodness. Look at that jab. Is that a soccer mom jab? Look at this soccer mom jab. And then watch how he wiggles his ass after it. Who is scared of this guy? Bro, he's showing this like it's tough. This is comedy. Bro, that's what you do in jazzercise. Is he even hitting the bag? Oh my gosh. This is insane, bro. I hope he doesn't think he's like really boxing. Watch this mama jab. Watch how he like does the little juke moves. Like, what are you doing? Are you dancing or are you like boxing? Like that is, look at these little girl punches. Did you see the way he dug that hook? Oh! He can't even let out a grunt. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. What do you guys think of Emiliano? Did he show up and show out? I mean, there's got people criticizing him. What do you think? Look like Oscar the Grouch hitting the bag. Dude, he was like trying to grunt, but he knew he couldn't because he was tapping it. A lot of people weren't impressed with Emiliano. I mean, look, did he knock him out? I don't know. But I mean, they're hating. He was all right. Yeah, he went 12. The guy, didn't come to lay down. I mean, Shakir was like 10-0, can crusher. You're saying Emiliano or Shojiz? Probably nervous because he was in Mexico, wanted to perform. I mean, he went for the knockout. It's not like he back foot bitched it. And the other guy just ran. Yeah. I mean, look, it happens. Shakir, I think, was like 13-0 with like three knockouts. So those guys get praised. But we'll see. Only FBAs can go the distance. The media, exactly. That was a point made earlier. Have you guys ever seen these clips? The Joey Swole, where these women, they show people like try to clown men for looking at them, and it says girls be like, this gross guy was creeping on me at the gym today. We can't. Why can't these predators just let us work out in peace? Oh man, the thirst trap is real. These women be thirsty. They say men are thirsty. Who's more thirsty, women or men? I've been in the gym, and I'd have to say women are 100 times more thirsty, bro. I don't know how guys fall for this. I mean, dude, you're gonna look, right? Abdullah Mason, Emiliano Vargas are hype jobs. You think so? You think Abdullah? Well, Abdullah's going for a title. He's pretty young to go for a title. They like when you stare. Well, don't be a creeper though. Like you can stare, but not like a creepy stare. You can't be. You gotta look away, right? If she looks, then you look away. That's kind of. Don't let him see you looking. Nah, Mason is a hype job. Emiliano still has time. Yeah, I mean they all got time, but Mason's going for the title, so I hope he gets knocked out. I don't know. Just me, What do you guys think about Espinoza and Angelo Leo? Does Davino win that? Angelo Leo, 1 loss. I think he's fighting some Can, and then they're talking about them meeting up next year. Mason got dropped. Yeah, they said, he gritted it out. He showed how tough he was. Like, no, it was low key exposed. Espinoza packs him up. I agree. I think this should be a dominant win for Espinoza. Angelo Leo looked horrible. Like he was losing against Venado, in my opinion, and then he got a lucky punch. And Venado had brain bleeding, so we don't know if Venado was already suffering. We don't know. We don't know. You know, that's kind of the thing with boxing. But Espinoza should get the chance. And how you gonna look away when that kitty cat winking at you? Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a thirst trap. That's why it's called the thirst trap. It's a trap. Mason is fighting a bum for his champion. I agree. Does anybody know who Sam Noakes is? He was losing in Japan. Also, Leo. You're talking about Angelo Leo? Yeah. He's good, but I mean, he's not on Espinoza's level, man. You know, we talking about levels, man. It's levels to this shit. But see how black fighters get away for fighting belts and fought nothing bump? Exactly. We know what time it is, bro. That's why I'm here. That's why I do this. You know, and we will steadily grow. What do you think about Shushu getting can Shushu get a shot? Look, man, these guys, that's what Tio be telling these guys when Keyshawn was calling them out. Do something. You know, you got to prove that you deserve this shot. These guys just want to fight cans and then beg for a handout. Zepeda had to go through the fire. Exactly. Look, man, people will have you believe in a lot of bullshit on here. You know what I mean? So this is what it is. Lindolfo Delgado just got gifted a decision against Golaz and now could become Richard Hitchinson's mandatory. So what do you think? Does the Mexican have a chance against this back foot bitch, this boring Hitchinson's? Let me know. What do you guys think? Another one, Shushu fought nothing but bums and lost to Sagawa. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. These guys sit and look terrible and then beg. I feel so. You feel Lindolfo has a shot? Carrington is all talk. He's the #1 WB challenger. He can easily petition. We know this, man. We know this. We know how these motherfuckers move, man. It's just like Keyshawn begging to fight a guy he already fought on Shakira's undercard. It's just so weenie. They're just such weenies, bro. I'm sorry. I just gotta be truthful and honest. They're weenies. And they get a pass. You know, what more do you want? Hitchinson lost to Gustavo Lemos. I don't care what people say. He got owned in that. Yeah, he did. We seen it. He was getting tagged. Pitbull, Oscar Duarte, all stop clowns. If they get the opportunity. But, you know, they get to pick and choose. Well, these guys have to fight everybody. You know, they got to fight everybody. Lindolfo in a snooze field Tom Jerry. Oh, you mean that Hitchinson's will run for his life? Yeah, if he feels heaty, he will. Because Lindolfo, like, he can crack. He's got some skills. Keyshawn was fixed. It looked like it was a lot of wrestling, you know? It was really ugly. I don't care what anybody says. It was really fucking ugly. The Argentinian was surprised Hitchinson won. They had it. Yeah, and then, you know, the fucked up thing is that Lemos got weight drained to go back and fight Keyshawn. Frank, who you got? Pitbull or Roach? Well, I think, you know, Pitbull is going to have to fight an uphill battle, you know, fighting on a PBC card against a favorite fighter, you know, that has the protection, the complexion for the protection. But what I do see is that they may want Pitbull to win, and he maybe get rewarded for his aggressiveness because a Pitbull win would mean more to help Stanky Davis, right? Because think about it, the PBC, that's their last standing chip, right? So the best thing would do is Lamont Roach loses, and they never have Stanky Davis doesn't have to fight Lamont Roach and can fight Pitbull. You see how that works? See, this is how the boxing mind works. You know what I'm saying? Is you look at things like that, right? You look at it from those angles. And then you try to, you know, boxing is all about angles, you know, in the ring and out of the ring. Exactly. They want to protect Tank. Yeah, you see how I break that down? But you won't hear that from anybody else. But Munguia possibly making a comeback. Let's see. Yeah, Pitbull sells. Yeah. How many pay-per-views has he been on already? Facts. I think PBC prefers Tank Pitbull to it sells more. Yeah, Pitbull. Remember he was on Tim Zoo undercard, Turkey on the Sheep pay-per-view. Just all around, you know what I'm saying? Just all around. Pitbull, man. Everybody wants to fight him. He headlines because they know who sells, bro. See, man, this is this shit I talk about. You know what I mean? That a lot of people don't want to touch. You know, they are afraid to tell you about. But over here at Frank Bay, you know, I touch everything. A little sus, but no, I do, man. I'm not afraid to touch any subject. You know, but I do handle it in a way that you know I'm not gonna talk shit. Let's okay. See, I wanted to call this out, man. This is some bullshit. We need to let this motherfucker know we don't appreciate this. You know, okay, you wear a taco hat, but now you're doing the sombrero.
Movement from Ortiz.
Why do they do this?
No, get off that shit. Get off the. He's hurt. I get off the.
You know, they say it's funny. They say it's honoring, but I don't believe it. I think it's mocking. He gets credit, but he knows the fan base, right? But yeah, he can still talk shit, right? But he says, "Oh no, I wear a taco hat, so I get a pass."
The right hand, a little bit gone this way, brother. Damn, good point to the body. He's down.
So next, he's gonna be having oranges and a poncho. Like, come on, man. These guys, man, they think they slick. They think we don't know. Pause. I touch everything. Yeah, man, but I wash my hands. So I told these guys this the other night, right? Virgil Ortiz team confirms that Jaron Boots Ennis didn't want to go straight into his first fight at 154 in November as Turkey offered against Ortiz. So yeah, Turkey had it. He wanted it. Mexicans love saying ninja though. I don't say it. I don't know when you hear it. Maybe online the weirdos do. So I posted this. More evidence. Turkey Al-Sheikh has revealed his plan for an event in November. And these Jaron Bent. Yeah, so see, it was supposed to be him on the card, William Zepeda, Andy Cruz. They were supposed to be on the card. And these motherfuckers act like that didn't happen. Even another post. Fights. Turkey Ali has said that he wants to make Ride a Season card in November. I told these mopes that on the homie Rap Stars channel, and they got all screaming. You know what I mean? First ones to call others culture vultures, then do. But he's doing it in boxing when you know who the fan base is, right? They know who the majority is, but they don't. But there's no credit. There's no credit given. Culturally appropriating, right? Also, Boots Ennis has been called out. See, who's this? Boxing Ego. He's for the other side. YN Stinky. Hello, baby. Yo, yo, yo. Salute, girl. Hit the like for me one time. Show me them. Did it? Nah, I'm just playing. I got respect for women, man. Always respect women. Terrence Crawford only wants Canelo Alvarez. Turkey Al-Sheikh reveals that Terrence Crawford, Jaron Boots Ennis is a good fight, but not a top fight that he wants to see it. Turkey also states that Crawford will be offered a Virgil Ortiz fight. However, in his opinion, he doesn't believe Crawford will take it. So I told these motherfuckers this. That's what Mexican boxing is talking about. These motherfuckers started screaming, crying. They couldn't believe their motherfucking ears. They said, kick them off the panel. They were trying to get rid of me. They were trying to censor me, cancel me. I bet it all comes from somewhere. You know, who gets the credit, who knows. But music, sports, yeah. I mean, look, everybody copies from everybody, but it's about who gets the credit, right? That's what matters. And if one side doesn't get credit and gets it's called something. There's a term for it that is underappreciated. You know what I mean? Doesn't get the highlight. Then to me, that's being biased. That one side gets all the promotion and hype, and the other people get treated like second-class citizens. You can't critique Crawford on ring. Yeah, but look, if I told him this, I said this exact same thing because they were saying, and it's not just low IQ. it's other people too. I said this exact same thing. It's in black and white. You guys can see this, right? It's coming from Turkey al-Sheikh. He said this, and you bring this up, and they scream, "You're stupid. You got narratives." What is my narrative? They were saying because Virgil Ortiz ducked Crawford. I said, okay. See, this is where it looks like I'm being a Virgil Ortiz fanboy or homer, and I just go, no, bro. I'm reading what I read. I'm looking at shit now. Turkey also states that Crawford will be offered a Virgil Ortiz fight. However, in his opinion, he doesn't believe Crawford will take it. And he says he only wants Canelo. But this is before Canelo was even a real option. Crawford was out over a year. He could have had a fight in between. I think he didn't want to because he's on a cycle. Rap is an all-time low. Rap had an expiration date, you know. It's storytelling in it to a beat, you know, but there's only so much of it, you know, just like rock and roll. There's a lot of genres that have faded because people get over it, you know what I'm saying? It just has a lifespan, you know. It's just the way it is, and it's not very creative. You know, my parents told me that. They said rap is crap. They steal from real musicians, and then I realized, yeah, they were right. Like I can only listen to so much before it becomes repetitive. You know what I mean? I want to hear real music, singing, you know, things of that nature. So ask these guys, how is Virgil Ortiz a duck if Crawford was offered the fight and he declined it? They'll say, oh, he fought Canelo. Well, yeah, no, like over a year later. See, nobody but Frank Bay will tell you these things. Where else? I'm being 100,000%. Where else have you heard this? Besides the Crawford glazing, the Virgil Ortiz hating. Nobody will tell you these things, and they won't pull it up. They refuse. Ring Kung, bunch of cheerleaders. They actually break down. Yeah. I mean, look, there's a place for everything. You know, that's the thing about America. It's freedom, right? There's a place for everything and everybody, no matter how stupid, right? No matter how stupid you are, or you think something is, there's something for everybody. There's something for everybody, you know? So, you know, people like rap. I don't necessarily I don't necessarily think that it's good. There's some rap that's good, but I don't really care for the Kanyes and Drakes. Like, I don't listen to that. That's like something chicks listen to, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I mean, people got to make a living, you know? So more power to them. I don't think it's necessarily gonna come back either. I don't think it's gonna come back. But anyway, back to boxing. Yeah, I mean, wearing taco hats, wearing sombreros, things like that to the ring. We've seen it before, and nobody says anything. But you know, I think that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, man. That's just the way our culture is right now. You know, pit bulls. Who else? Rayo Valenzuela's, David Benavidez. They're not gonna get as much clout. Canelo, you know, they don't really care. They care about the American fighter. And I do too. I mean, I want to see them all fight. Canelo was very generous. He should have forced him to fight Skull. Yeah, I mean, but look, man, Canelo got so much money. He didn't care. And Canelo lost a lot of fans. There's a lot of his fans that are mad at him. They think, you know, he quit against Crawford. I don't think so. I think it was a close fight. But anyway, just saying these things, going through the news, and all these things, you know, it's just crazy because you know, let's see. See, this is our fighters, right? Navarrete versus Sugar Nunez, right? Coming right back and jumping right in the fire. See, things like that don't get credit, man. They just get overlooked, right? But if Stephen Fulton and Oshaki Foster managed to fight after a year of going back and forth, then we need to love it, right? We need to just like bow down and praise them to no end, you know? So, you know, that's just kind of thing. And when you point these things out that are self-evident, which I've shown you, Crawford turning down an Ortiz fight. So look, man, is Crawford turning down an Ortiz fight? Is that a duck? What do you guys think? Is Crawford turning down Ortiz? So here it is. I want to he's not a bad person. This is D-style boxing. Virgil, this was the headline. Virgil Ortiz says he doesn't care what fans think. He will fight whoever he wants.
And hit the bell button, that way you're notified.
Right.
You got to be good to our guy, right? Once you're good to our guy, anybody. Like, it's the team that makes it.
So to the homie, man. And I showed you the clip. I showed you it was a 40-minute interview. But for some reason, this guy, he just wants to focus on the 30-minute clip that a lot of the other side was showing around. Bud the Duck Crawford. I mean, you could, but to say that Virgil ducked Crawford when he was down to fight him, I'm sure they spoke. You know, Ortiz was on board. He wanted to fight Crawford. But apparently, I guess he's a duck, right? He's a duck. Even though Crawford got offered to fight a lot of money and he said no. And that wasn't because he was gonna fight Canelo. He was trying to. I lost money on Canelo, but oh well. Canelo gave the sport a lot of boxing. Dead once he retires. Facts. And we don't know what Canelo's gonna do, you know. But you know what, man? He's still the face of boxing. That Ortiz reps us, not Mexico, huh? I don't understand. What point are you making? But I just don't think it's fair to call him a duck if he was on board to fight Terrence Crawford. He said he wanted to fight Terrence Crawford. You know, this guy, he says, oh, the WBO president offered Ortiz the fight, and he ducked it. Well, the belt organization doesn't make a fight. Was there legitimate money? Was there offers, contracts? Was there anything in black and white that would have specified Ortiz being a duck? When offered to fight legitimately from Turki Ali, he's willing. Crawford is the one that says no. You know, and you got guys like, he's not a bad person. I listen to him. He's actually somebody I listen to, knows a lot. You gonna cook on Rapstar again? Yeah. I want to play that little excerpt I got. Them boys got triggered. Yeah, when I posted that this fight in November. See, nobody has mentioned that. I don't know if I haven't heard or seen anybody mention it, but the November fight for Virgil, I dropped the link if you guys want to jump in. Let me know if you want me to drop it again. The fight with this November was supposed to be Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, and Jaron Ennis turned it down. That's what happened. Daniel Kinahan paid Canelo hundreds of millions to get easy on his boy Crawford. Maybe. That's what I'm hearing. Not that, but that guy Kinahan is still in the sport laundering money in there. Let's go, little Virgil. Like Castro said, you're going to spark Lubin now. Yeah, that guy's a nut job. I understand these efforts, but Boost team deserves the blame. Yeah, I think you do listen to him. No, I'm not. Look, I know if he sees this or people let him know, I'm pulling in my Twitter feed. I like the video, but I just wanted to point out that Mars is that his headline, Virgil says he doesn't care what the fans think. He will fight whoever he wants. He's using a 30-second clip, which is to be honest is not fair. When earlier in the show I played the clip where Virgil in the same interview is saying he'll fight Boots. He wants to fight. That's his number one guy. Murtzyalov, Xander Zayas. So I don't think that's being 100%. Hey, he's a Guatemalan weirdo. Look, he knows boxing. I'll give him that. He knows his boxing. He might know more than me. Look, man, there's people that know more boxing than me. I don't claim to know it all, but you know, one thing I don't do is I don't get on here and talk at you guys. I like to have the conversation with you guys. But when I showed you the facts that we seen earlier, the fight was supposed to be in November. Why? At least be fair, D-Style. and mention that, because I don't think he mentioned the other side one time. He didn't acknowledge the entire interview. He didn't acknowledge that the fight that you're talking about where Ennis jumped in the ring, that was supposed to be the fight they were supposed to be, and he turned it down. It just blows my mind that you overlooked that. And then you don't have the decency to acknowledge that, but say, oh, he said he can fight whoever he wants. It's taken out of context. And context matters. See, that's why I'm going through my feed, right? Because I want you guys to see what I see. And then I make my own value judgment, right? So here we go. D Block, subscribe to him. He says, who does more pay-per-view buys? Tio Shakur or Ennis and Ortiz? Well, that's interesting because, like I said, Tio and Shakur are getting 10 M's each, according to Teofimo from Turkey Al Sheikh. And what did people get angry at when Virgil Ortiz's manager asked for 10 million? Right? They got angry at that. Well, why? If it's supposed to be a big fight, to me, that's smart. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's a better fight, a bigger fight. Doesn't that make sense? Why would you take less than what Shakira, Bucktooth Beaver, Run Stink the Joint Out gets? And don't tell me anything but that, because we know his style. We know he doesn't care about stinking the joint out. We know this. We know what he's about, and he's getting 10 million. I mean, that's just insane to me, bro. It's literally insane. I think Virgil should get 15 million. Virgil should get 15 million. So look, Navarrete and Nunes. No ducking, no back and forth, no A side, B side. See, they get mad when we do it. If Virgil does the A side, B side. If Tio does it, Virgil does it, they get flack. You know, because guys like Navarrete, Nunes, Davino, they just go in and fight. But if we do it, then it's a duck. But when they do it, it's business, man. It's getting the bag, man. It's smart. Am I wrong? I mean, tell me I'm wrong, but isn't that the perception? That's just the way it seems to me, man. Let's see. Damn, they were nugging. Whoa. Shit, this is the last time we seen it. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Damn, that's the last time we seen homeboy. I do find it weird Turkey hasn't come out to fund this fight. Yeah, he'll put money for Shakur. Well, because if you ask me, it's because Jerron turned it down. He doesn't want the fight. He doesn't want the fight. Did you guys see this? What do you guys think? Is this AI? He's weak and hard. Whoa. Damn. He's the cookie monster, all right. Damn, David. Man, he is on a good one. Hey, nothing suspicious at all, right? What do we think of our boy, Munguia? Can he come back? Benavidez. and there you go, Munguia. They all want to fight him, right? Everybody wants to fight him. Is it when Bam said he wasn't Mexican? Is it when he was talking to this tweaker?
Gonna try it.
Why does this dude have a fro hawk?
I don't know where you're gonna take
and it looks
but
like
go ahead.
bumps.
So
It
he
looks
went
nasty.
for like 2 weeks, and then
Is he in the barrio? Is he a real
but
cat?
go ahead.
He's walking in the
I
back
don't know where
alley.
you're gonna take it, try it, but
Look at this guy's
Dad
hair.
said,
It's
all right,
disgusting.
You're gonna try it, but let
It
up.
looks
and
like
said, all right,
a
you're
bunch
gonna
of
try it,
warts.
but she finally let up. And
Doesn't it look like a bunch of warts on his head? Why is he so goofy, man? He's just so cringe, bro. Not Bam. Yeah, yeah. Is it in this interview with Showjiz that he says he's not Mexican?
So yeah.
Wait, you saw what he was doing, and you said maybe I want to try.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just being a little brother, looking up to my big brother. I always wanted to be like him. Even to this day, I still look up.
I hate even how Showjiz laughs. Listen to this.
Even to this day, I still look up to him. So back then,
They
as a
laugh
kid, I
like
was
that when they're nervous.
You know, I want to do what he's doing, and then I
Wait.
mean, just being a little brother, looking up to my big brother. I always wanted to be like him. Even to this day, I still look up to him. So back then, as a kid, I was like, you know, I want to do what he's doing, and then I went to the gym that first.
Damn, where is it?
For like 2 weeks, and then on that third week, I was like, maybe I do want to try this. So yeah.
Wait, you saw what he was doing, and you said maybe I want to try.
What is that? Why does he cackle like that? Like a
And then on that third week,
like a
I was
chick.
like, maybe I do want to try this. So yeah.
Wait.
What a clown. Surprised he's not wearing a taco hat there. And Billy Chin was never tested against Big Puncher. I think it was a good fight when he fought Lester Martinez, right? They were checking each other's chin, but you know, they you know, Munguia might have a little bit more pop, you know. Hopefully he's on that Mexican meat. The Mexican meat, buddy. So you got Xander. He's a pretty big dude. Barasu for a unification. Ballpark Frank, yeah, salute, thank you. But yeah, Xander headed up. Yeah, the Spanish channels don't like Bam's comments. Do you tell me where it was at? Maybe I can find it. I want to see exactly what he said, because people do they take things out of context, you know. People hear one thing and then they run with it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you kind of got to be fair with things. And here it is. Devin Haney initiated clinches 17. That's when he fought Cambozo. And that's when he fought Cambozo and they had a clinch counter. Supposedly the next Mayweather. Nope, it was Robert Garcia on Pro Box. I'm confused. Like, why Robert said it, so Bam didn't say it? Crawford ducking Benavidez? I think so. He should fight. He's not gonna even defend it. He's not gonna defend his undisputed, which is weak as hell. Some more eye candy. Sofia Vergara. Damn. Hello. And yeah, but Crawford, we don't know who Crawford's gonna fight. Xander is pillow fisted. He is. He hasn't shown he can stand his ground and duke it out. Yeah, it was bad look video. You'll get it. Okay, yeah, you're in my Discord, so yeah, drop it. Do you guys like Ice Spice? This is Lotto and Ice Spice. Those are some big asses. Let's talk about, yes, these are tortas. I mean, no. What would there would be a hot link sandwich? These ain't tortas. These are like some ham hocks sandwiches or some biscuits. That's what it is. These are like some Pies biscuits right here. Look at that cake, them biscuits. Damn. With the weave though. Yeah, that's true. You know, but I mean, they are thick as hell. There's some Pies biscuits right there. Those ain't tortas, you know. You like tortillas? Yeah. The flour ones are corn. I remember that. Nah. It's a picture, dude. And they're light as hell. They look white. They're light as hell. They look light. They look like some light-skinned Puerto Ricans. They're not black. Do you see, does Ice Spice look black here? She looks white. She looks whiter than a white girl. But yeah, that's some cake. Some cake for your birthday. Let's see. Picasso is fighting next month. He's going against Inui, man. Alan Picasso, does he have a chance, guys? Imagine if the Mexican beats a Nui. Ice Spice is mulata. Yeah. She looks white though. I mean, I'm saying for her, the tone of her skin, she doesn't look black. If we're being, we're using strictly like talking about like the colors of crayons, crayons. But yeah, I like Martor. You know what I mean? I mean, look, some guys like skinny girls and some guys like thick booties, thick boozy juicy booty. Everybody get on Rapstar later. They finna want to talk. Boot fans talk Inui K. Or you're going for Inui to knock out the Mexican. Inui getting chin checked by Picasso. He's young. It'd be a massive upset. Yeah, I know what it means. I think it means more along like in New Orleans, they're mulatta. They consider the mulattas. It's a mix of white and black, like Louisiana and places like that. Brim got his teeth knocked out by Rapstar and punched. He got jumped. Did he? Oh shit! I got Picasso. Well, we got to go for him, right? Should we just go for him? But you know what? It's not looking good because it looks like they're trying to set up an all Japanese showdown. Nakatani and Inui, the boxing hipsters. That's what they want. But Picasso, man, he's big and strong. He's a big, strong kid, man. He's young. We've seen Inui's chin get checked, but the odds are definitely stacked against him, and it's in Rida next month. Rapstar holds grudges. He's cool with me. He says it's free smoke. He lets people on. I got no beef with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I got beef with nobody. You know what I mean? Like, here's beef, man. Beef is like we have personal beef, but I don't know these guys. I don't know these guys at all. We just know each other from fucking Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And what the fuck is that? That don't mean shit, So, it ain't real if it's just online, bro. Never take this shit. Never take this shit to heart. That's one thing, that I understand. I don't take it to heart. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing, guys. Don't ever take any of this shit. Oh, well, fuck that guy. He's calling me a racist, which I know I'm not and I don't agree with. So I will never agree to something I don't agree to just because I want to appease somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you have to stand on what you say. This is the world of men. The internet is forever. Remember I said that? Coach Eddie's a guy who came on here. I see, that's the thing. I let these guys on. I let them talk. But I'm not gonna let you say anything against women or kids or racial. You know what I'm saying? Crotch Eddie. Yeah, he claims to be some coach. And I think he showed a picture one time. And it's like in the boonies. And like it's not even a gym. It's like a garage with like some makeshift ring and like they're sitting outside. It's ghetto as fuck. Eddie told Frank stop calling black people Crips. Well, Crips are coming all sizes, ages. It's just it's talking about what is just like the dregs of society, you know what I mean? Like just like low lives. That's what I said. It's a gangster, a low life, people who live on the bottom of society. They exploit the good, hardworking people of the world. And that's what I mean. Ghetto man, exactly. Thank you. That's why I do it. They anybody. I'm a coach, Coach Frank Bay. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto mentality. There you go. Low life. That's what my uncle said. They're low life. And low lives come in all shape, but everybody knows what a Crip is. But you know what, man? It's fine. I mean, look, I let people talk. And you know why I let people talk? Because I go places and I like to be heard. You know what I'm saying? I like to be heard. And I want people to listen to me. That's why you guys are here. But here's the show. This is where I guess Rick Glazer was on talking about Boots Ennis. Can you guys hear?
Nice, eventful weekend. My wife was
for him.
Rick Glazer. Fair use, fair use. I'm just commenting, talking over it. Word on the street is you were a Crip back in the day. Yes, yes. When I was Snoop Dogg for Halloween, I wanted to be a gangster. You know what? I think everybody, every young kid wants to be a gangster. Gangsters are cool. You know, my dad used to watch a lot of gangster flicks. You know, Goodfellas, The Godfather, and I wanted to be a gangster. You know, it's cool. It's cool to be a gangster, but not some ghetto hood rat. You know, wearing a rag. You know, real gangsters. Real gangsters. You know, they move in silent. You'll never know. Rick Glazer couldn't get a wife. Yeah. He brags. I'm cooking on there. Yeah, I wanted it. So I showed you guys the Virgil Ortiz drama and what Turkey Ali said when I mentioned that they were crying.
Look, Chris. Frondura last performance. Fan base to talk shit about him, bro. Nah, bro.
They gonna look at him like clowns, bro. Why the fuck you fighting people?
Nah, I
agree.
I agree.
I don't know when it was. I was on here.
But no buts, motherfucker.
Yeah, here it is.
Exactly. Why you crying? Get me off for what? It's free smoke. You can't handle it.
And Boots turned and Boots.
It ain't no. And the reality is, Jaron Ennis, he turned down it was supposed to happen in November.
So I told them it was supposed to happen in November. You see, they get hella angry. They're just jumping up and down and screaming.
Yeah, because they already established.
But so you know that's what's supposed to happen, right?
November. No, dickhead. Virgil said that.
This past the fight that Lubin and Virgil had. If you're gonna ask a question, let me answer.
So see, they just keep screaming and yelling, and I'm telling them about the fight that was supposed to happen in November, and the biggest gangsters of the elites. Yeah, you'll never know. They're real gangsters, bro. They hide in the high places, not somebody on the street shaking down corn vendors, right? But yeah, these guys are clowns.
The fight that Virgil had, it was in November, right? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. If you go actually on X on Twitter, look at Turkey Allah Sheik's account. He put out the poster that he wanted Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis. That's what he had planned. And that's why Virgil said it was supposed to happen in November, but Jaron Ennis chose a tune-up. So you do realize... you do...
So I'm telling them this, and then they can't seem to understand. Do you hear how hard... Can you hear the pain in their voice? You hear how hurt they are?
Realize that's what his plan was.
He wanted to fight before November.
Okay, so he turned down his biggest payday to fight a tuna, Lima Bean.
Because Virgil, he wanted to fight Virgil.
What is your excuse? What do you mean?
He wanted to fight Virgil.
Can you hear this guy? He sounds extremely sounds like a child. They don't. It sounds like they don't know what's going on, right? You can hear he's lost. He doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Between October,
you're making things up.
Virgil
Where?
Came out and said that his hand was broken. That's what.
Thank you. Virgil had agreed to the fight.
Just stop talking about it. He found out. Virgil came out and said that his hand was broken.
Go look it up. Go look it up.
You can look it up, bro.
He says you can look it up, bro. You hear him? How he talks? You can look it up, bro. They can't even really formulate a sentence. Can you understand what they're saying?
Bro, in November it was supposed to happen. I already seen it.
Yeah, but Boots wanted to fight around September, October.
What you saying? He turned the fight down in November.
Fight Bakram on this Saudi card. That was supposed to happen according to Turkey.
No.
If you go watch the
Jaron Ennis turned that down.
Yes, it was.
Jaron Ennis turned that down.
Contract when he first moved up to 155.
Dude, you can't handle the Jaron Ennis turned the fight down twice.
No, he didn't.
Bro, people are already.
He said, no, he didn't. They can't even really say, no, he didn't. You hear how they talk, bro? It's so slow and forced. And it's like, you can hear their brain hurting. Is it just me or can you literally hear their brain hurting?
Be confirming it. Turkey did post that on.
You notice how I speak, right? I speak like how I speak, chill, cool, calm. I get a little emotional, but it's just when I'm speaking to someone who can't formulate a sentence.
Are you slow? You can't read? Bro, why is it hurting your brain? It is hurting your mind, bro. Hey, what are you talking about? Stop yelling and getting emotional, dude. I'm just explaining to you, Turkey, Jaron Ennis turned down the fight in November. When Virgil Ortiz did an interview last week.
I'm sorry.
So this is going to go on for a while. They're just screaming, they're yelling. They can't understand. I bet most of these guys dropped out of 8th grade. I don't think they ever went to school. They can't formulate a sentence.
I'm sorry for the Virgil fan, but your man's definitely ducked Baccarat, Papa. He didn't want the Baccarat.
Papa, you kind of weird shit is that.
And it's you do wait. Where's your evidence? Where's your proof? What's your proof?
Turkey,
What's your
Turkey
proof?
already said it himself.
What's your
on
proof?
record.
Show me.
Turkey
Where's that?
himself, you moron.
Show me.
See, they're all just screaming at me. They're all just yelling and jumping on tables. You never know. It's always the same. Yeah. That's why I said, that's why I do my own thing, bro. For the most part, it's like, can you really talk with somebody like this?
Play the clip.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm getting 3 people screaming at me. I'm getting 3 yelling women.
Hold up, I can play the clip.
Play the clip then.
It's on box.
The only woman is you, nigga.
It's on
I ain't
box.
your nigga.
You came up here
ignorant.
with your pussy hurt.
You're
hurting.
ignorant. You're ignorant.
know
That's why
why
you
you're
say nigga, because you're
hurting.
ignorant.
So you know how they use the N word, and I don't go with that. I'm like, bro, that ain't me. Don't make me look stupid like you. I don't say ignorant things, and you see it hurts their feelings. I didn't even think I was getting jumped. There's just like a bunch of women screaming and emotional and can't speak, and their feelings are hurt, and I'm holding my own.
I ain't
But
your
you
nigga,
need
so
to- you
chill
need
with
to
that.
relax. I
Calm
know
down,
you
homie.
enjoy Virgil
Calm
nuts.
down, bruh. Calm
What you
down.
gonna do?
One at a time.
What you gonna do about it?
Calm
gonna do
down.
about
Stop
it?
being a woman.
Come on, nigga.
Can you have a
You
conversation
came
or
on-
not?
You came
Can
on
you
this
women
shit.
have? Can you
Yes,
women
yes.
have a conversation?
So see that I have to go there because all they're gonna do is talk over me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, but they get the voice over there. Yeah, he came on and talking like he's a drunk. He doesn't know where he's at, and I had to correct him. And he's like, yeah, don't let this guy on." They wanted me to rap star to kick me off.
Conversation.
Disrespecting
I'm
niggas,
just trying
talking
to. I didn't
shit,
disrespect you.
yelling-
When did I
yelling on the
disrespect you?
fucking mic.
When
Just
did I
step back from your
disrespect
mic.
you? When did I
You just
disrespect
told us
you?
a woman.
Tell
What
me.
you mean?
I said,
Nigga,
yeah,
beat
you're
your
acting
ass.
like a woman because you
Nigga,
start crying, saying,
First of all,
"Nigga, rap, get him off, get him off."
You're a bitch ass
You're a
nigga.
woman.
You only
You're-
talk
you got-
like
So see, you can't talk with them, bro. You can't have a conversation. It is pointless. Like, look, if you like to talk boxing, go ahead, go wherever you want. But when I gave them facts, when I gave them the truth, they couldn't handle it. They emotionally broke down. You know, it's fatherless behavior. We know this. This goes on. This just continues.
Female
on the
energy.
internet because you know you get slapped in
Excuse
real
me.
life. nigga.
Yeah,
You know
who are
that.
you? You're a nobody. You're a nobody.
You're a nobody.
You're a nobody.
He said I'll slap
You're
you.
talking tough,
nobody.
and you're
You
a
came out
nobody.
of nowhere.
I ain't talking.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, this is what you're dealing with for the most part on the internet. That's just what you're gonna get, man. Then hopefully that's why you fuck with me and you listen to me and you like what you hear, man. But this is I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Thank you. We're going a long time. I appreciate everybody. Hit the like. I hope you enjoyed the show. We covered a lot. And I'll be back, man. So hit that like, leave comments, subscribe, pump the channel, and let's make it cracking pot, man. But on that note, I'm gonna be out. Peace.